Despite Bivouac confidently stating that Mount Avens is a gentle summit which could be walked up from any direction, it most certainly is not. Back in 1990, Rick Collier and Reg Bonney ascended complex terrain and rated it as PD 4th 50 meters in David Jones' Rocky Central. Ben Nieringberg and Liam Harap made an ascent in 2015 and mentioned difficult terrain. I think they used a rope. I believe they also carried in and then ate a birthday cake somewhere along the route. In 2016, Banff photographer extraordinaire and local Rockies legend Paul Zizka also stood on this remote summit and posted briefly about it on Facebook. I wanted to do Avens as a day trip from Calgary rather than lug overnight gear. The only way to do this reasonably was to access the valley northwest of the peak via the now defunct Baker Creek Trail from Highway 1A near the Baker Creek Lodge. Phil Richards assured me that I might have a decent track until the upper access valley dubbed Wonder by Rick in Jones' Guide. I tried not to have my hopes too high, counting on a trail something like the old Outfitter one we'd discovered up McConnell Creek way back in 2020.
Well, this is certainly starting out as a pretty major trail. I mean, look at this. Can you imagine walking through that if it wasn't maintained? I mean, that would be more than just a bit of a nightmare. I mean, that short section there has dozens of cut logs. There's a little manky here. Ooh. I honestly get the impression they got half an inch dump of rain either early this morning or last night. Certainly entered a bit of a swampy area. And I had a thought that I wonder if this is maintained for cross-country skiing. I'll have to check that out. But again, I look at this cut. That is not old. And that's interesting. For an unmaintained trail, why does it have a sign? With a hiker on it. So I'm somewhat apprehensively following the hiking trail. I mean, it's great. I got blazes and it's still pretty open. And presumably the other one's a horse trail, which can get kind of nasty. But the question is, does this one have the same level of maintenance and usage? I guess we'll find out. Exactly what I was afraid of. I gotta cross the creek. I knew it. When the trail gets that close to the creek, you're gonna have to cross it. Yeah, not horrible. No. The flow actually isn't bad. Well, maybe it's a good thing I didn't know I have to cross it. I mean, I knew I would eventually. I was hoping it was higher up. But again, someone cut through this. Yeah, I'm definitely having regrets about leaving that horse trail. Because this to me feels like what I was expecting the whole trail to be. Overgrown. Quite manky, to be honest. Definitely still a trail in here, but definitely not the beaten highway I was on for the first 4 or 5K. And definitely going to slow me down quite a bit. Of course, I don't know what the horse track is like, but on the way back, it might be worth checking it out. I think almost certainly. Yeah, this is a whole different beast now. It is, to be honest, more of what I was expecting. But now that I know that there could be a highway to my left, it's kind of tough to do this. Anyway, all good. Part of the adventure. Wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, this is Definitely more what I would expect from an unmaintained decommissioned trail. Holy cow. I know. It just makes it harder because I was so spoiled for the first little bit. Now I'm bushwhacking and soaking wet in the willows. Yeah, this is becoming a tiny bit of a disaster. I really hope this is temporary. Yeah. Like, I really hope this is just a manky section of swamp. But I mean, look at this. Whew. So this is interesting. Now the trail is veering sharply uphill, hopefully out of the mank. And I did see a recently maintained little branch. So it is possible that that's just a short section. Really bad blowdown. Hopefully. Certainly not the same as the other side though. Wow. Nope. Ugh. This is why I was so happy with the first 5K. Because again, holy cow, this is bad. I'm definitely getting a little disillusioned now, which is how these unknown adventures work. I've slowed my pace probably in half or more. This is what a 20-year decommissioned trail feels like. Not like the first 5K, that's for sure. And of course, it all started when I followed the trail sign for a hiking, and I had a bad feeling. I have enough experience to know when you descend to a creek, it's usually not good. Unless you're just crossing it and keeping on going. But we'll see. I'm kind of committed now. We'll go for an hour and just see. This is fine. That horrible blowdown though. Whew. It's not good for injuries. It's not good for... Yeah, here we go again. Like, yeah. Despite the argument that the first 5K lured me in, I mean, if it had started like this, I would not be here. So maybe thank goodness it starts that good. Yeah, the forest is hearing my bitterness. Whew, this is becoming a bit of a shit show, if I'm honest about it. I may as well have jumped in the river. I'm so wet from these willows. So it's either falling over trees or willow whacking. And the willows are soaked, as I knew they'd be when I saw the rain on the highway this morning. I mean, I gotta go to there. It's getting closer. But hoi yoi yoi, this is not an easy path anymore. Yeah, this is... I cannot explain to you how wet I am. Everything's wet. Like, like like I'm constantly walking in a river. It's just so bad. Ah, it's a low moment. It's a low moment. The only good thing is, other than these few step overs, I am kind of walking in a straight line now, which is nice. And I'm walking at full pace. Or should I should probably say swimming. I'm wading. A little bit of sun, some open creek bed maybe in a few kilometers, and I'll be smiling again. As crappy as it is being soaked, this is a lot better than being soaked and wading through that deadfall. That was really bad. Moments like this where you're really like, why was I so keen on this peak? Hopefully I get reminded at some point. That would be nice. I mean, I am 3/4 way up the Baker Creek Valley now. I'm past the 9K mark. So, yeah. A few more K like right now. I mean, I'll be soaked and I'll be pissed, but at least I can make time. Yep. I can see why they decommissioned this piece of shit though, because it always would have been kind of boggy. And any other approach I've done into Skokie is much nicer. This is just so insane. How much rain did they get? Oh, okay. I guess it's lovely and wild, but this is just full-on swamp. I've lost the trail now. I don't know. I mean, that is all just swamp in there. So I guess I'll balance my way on these slick rocks, and at least they're not too slick. Well, I'm back on the trail that I think does go through the middle of that swamp, which is very interesting. Huh. Yeah, this is not for the meek or the wise. Well, there's Baker Creek again. It's been a while. Like, I'm so wet, my fingertips are numb. Like, I don't know, it's probably 12, 13 degrees out here. And I mean, look at this. Presumably this is the trail. I have no idea. All I know is that certainly doesn't make me any warmer. Oh well, let's see what happens. But oh man, this is not easy. I'm now at the point where I'm done with swamps. I'm close enough now. I'm going to ascend to the forest and just see what there is. Yeah, I'm just gonna try cutting the corner a bit, do whatever I can to get into the approach valley for Avens. Oh, my day just got worse. It is now raining. It is literally raining on me. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to just play it by ear. I think a sane person would have turned around already. But this forest is nice. And I'm so close to the turnoff. I'm going to choose to stay optimistic for another few hours. And then we'll just see. Well, I'm back on the trail. I think anyways, some sort of trail. There's old cuts. So yeah, should be curving towards my drainage. I think I see the bulk of Avens ahead. So I've definitely turned up towards Avens now. In very reasonable forest. High above the creek. So hey, that's something. That is something. But I will admit, part of me is wondering what the fuck I'm doing. So I am on another trail now that I stumbled on. I don't love that it's going down, but I think Baker Creek, I might be losing Baker Creek finally. I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely a very obvious trail. So I'm sure it'll disappear in a swamp soon. Man, this feels and is wild. They definitely got more rain than I bargained for. The creeks are pretty swollen. I better record this brief moment of sun. It's making me way happier than it should, but it is making me happy. I should point out while I'm on probably the first highlight moment of the hike in the last 2 hours, but the mosquitoes are out. To the surprise of no one. Still going up the creek. I mean, I've had some thoughts now that I hope I can cross it. It's a thundering little creek. Now I'm hoping my map shows it leveling out a bit. So I'm hoping it's just a bit of a beast here because it's steep. But yeah, we are certainly far, far from home free at this point. Okay. Time to cross this channel. I'm kind of going to try to cut up and across the valley here. Maybe even I can use this drainage to go up there where I can see that there's scree slopes. That's interesting because that's a blaze for sure, as is that. So there is a slight chance I will follow this trail on the way out. And this is absolutely a trail. It doesn't mean it's any good lower down, but I'll follow it for now. I mean, it's good mentally, even if it doesn't really speed me up too much, although I have to say, I'm reaching that terrain now. I'm starting to feel a little more optimistic again, but yeah, the blazes help. The path helps. Yeah, I'm hoping I can traverse at least a little bit of tree line here and get onto my line. That's the goal. I don't want to go too high because I don't want to get cliffed out. I also don't want to go too low because that's wet and shitty. So I'm gonna have to take a few chances here. Okay, well, we're starting to get views. That's quite lovely. Yeah. I think for the most part, I'm done the bushwhacking. So that's nice. Well, so far this line is working out beautiful. So, hey, it's the first win in a while, honestly. Incredible atmosphere up here, that's for sure. Very happy the sun is out. So I was looking up there and I was like, huh, that steep crack is running water. I hope mine doesn't. I think that is mine. So yeah, I don't know. Gonna have to get our noses in it, but I'm not feeling very positive if that's gonna have running water in it. It doesn't look very easy even if it was dry. Well, I'm gonna have to do some poking around. I am not feeling very optimistic at this point. I don't know. I did have an idea that I might be able to get a little bit up and then traverse south to see what I see. I don't know. See what happens. Great views towards Armour. And so far, so good. Keeping it sort of moderate. Well, certainly keeping it moderate so far. Yeah. It's got some good views. Man, this is great. Just a easy, so far it's been all easy scrambling. I don't expect that to necessarily last, but it's getting me up this mountain. Oh, I love days like today now. Oh boy. See that? Well, this is getting vibes of Rhine, Elbe, Little Bourgeois. Maybe all of those ones will help me get this one. That would be some kind of sense. So I have no idea. Came up some difficult terrain, and now I got a nice little key slot exit that won't fit me in my pack, so I'm just gonna poke my head through it. If that's the key to breaking a reasonable route, I will be laughing. There's the keyhole slot. Let me tell you, if that works, that is the route of my career. And this is looking very reasonable. Holy shit. Right through there. That is insane. If that worked, oy, oy, oy. After the most insane little keyhole slot route under a massive boulder, everything above me is looking very reasonable. Well, we're getting there. Pretty darn easy once you break the cliffs. Whew. The summit block is very foreshortened. We're getting there. Higher than Bulwark now. On the summit ridge. Oh. I mean, that's pretty nice. Man. Pretty incredible views back here. That's nice. I might actually get Mount Avens. Wow. Wow. There you go. Holy cow. That was not a sure thing. Check this out. Ooh, good thing I did that, eh? Look at that lake. Wow. Wow. A little bit shocking is that I'm at 6.5 hours. I mean, I am at 18K as well, so I think it's time to bail. A few more photos here and then time to head back. Yeah, I could cry a little bit just knowing what's in store for me, but at least I got the summit. Unfortunately, the register was completely soaked. Fell apart when I tried to even contemplate looking at it, so that is that. But I don't think too many people have been up here. Incredible. Unbelievable, really. It is gorgeous, though. But remember, like 3.5 hours ago, I was feeling like I was pretty remote. Yeah. I'm 3.5 hours more remote now. Just stunning. Enjoy this. Wow. The color of those lakes. And then I gotta get on my up track or I'm gonna get myself in trouble. A lot of different options for descent here. But only one goes through a keyhole notch. From here you'd still think you were completely cliffed out. There is my boulder. And you can't go through the big keyhole because the terrain under that is very steep and slick. So you got to go through the small keyhole on the right. There's the keyhole. Notch. That's hilarious. Yep. Okay, time to take the stuff off. Yeah, there's no way to fit with my pack. So you have to leave the pack up there for a minute. Yeah, and then basically down climb that. Okay, now I just got to work my way down there from this amazing little keyhole escape. Unbelievable. So much fun. So much fun. Keyhole notch on the left there. On the way down, I will take that ledge, and then that ledge, and then straight up that somehow. I think I can probably stem this. Oh. Honestly, this is, as long as nothing collapses under me, this is actually feeling more moderate than difficult. Upper moderate, I would say. Mostly you shouldn't die if you fall. Hurt real bad. Wish you were dead, sure. But actually that did not feel too bad. Easily down climb facing out. That was my goal. Certainly doesn't look moderate from underneath. Dang, dude. Woo! Well, looking straight up it certainly doesn't look very easy. But it didn't feel too bad. Beautiful views towards Protection Mountain, Armor Peak, Pulsatilla, Lake. Just gorgeous. My first thought when I came around this corner was not, oh yeah, let's go up there. But it worked. Yeah, for the most part, just work our way back along the cliffs. Another spot I looked at going up. Who knows? Who cares at this point? Yeah, still just picking my way along the cliffs. Bits of sheep trail, bits of my trail. As you can see, this is not scrambling terrain around here. I don't see a scramble route up there. There might be. You know, just because you don't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. But, yeah. I remember looking up this gully and thinking, okay, now I might have something. And I did. Because it breaks the lower set of cliffs real nice. Nice. Hey, there's a cairn. Now at least it ain't loose. And at the same time, somehow not loose. My very favorite type of terrain. Well, there you go. 10 after 3. Just a long exit now. Pretty special area, actually. Another little corner of the Rockies. Not too many people see. Yeah, pretty magical spot. All right, we are going to say goodbye to open terrain and our lovely valley. Yep. It's time for the exit to start. The real exit. The one I don't want to do. Let the games begin. Well, the willows are dry at least. It's a small win, but it's a win. Back on the partial, definitely blazed trail. That was my first fully blown willow bush. Didn't feel too bad, but I probably knocked most of the water off of that sucker on approach. I am debating with myself about whether I'm gonna keep following this trail out or go on the bushwhack route I did on the way in. See, the thing is, even with a trail that has sticks and stuff across it, it's still a trail. It's just even nice mentally. All you have to do is find the next blaze. I think I'm gonna try. So I am past where I met up with it. So now it's very important that I try sticking to the trail, just as I lose it. But yes. There you go. Yeah, so far, I mean, I've lost the trail 3 or 4 times, but just having a little bit of patience and looking for that next blaze, you can find it. There are so many blazes. I'm off the trail for a while now, unfortunately. Forest is okay here, but it's just the thought of it. It was nice having those blazes. They are gone. I mean, I know they're there somewhere, but the question is, are they up or down? An especially big willow crossing skidooed me over. I'm gonna go a little bit to my left and just see if it's in there. I have a feeling it is to my left. I am out there, man. Every step, I guess I'm a little less out there. I have no idea how I found the energy for this. Physical's one thing, just mental. Because yeah, this is a little mental. This is very nice walking though. I think I'm back on the trail. That is certainly a blaze. Yay me. I'll try to stay on the trail, you dummy. Yep. Yep. So I'm expecting to hit the trail, the Baker Creek Trail, in a few hundred meters now. Definitely back on it. For now, not very many blazes, but just enough to let me know. All right, I believe I've probably hit the intersection. There's a campsite here. So let's see if we can find the Baker Creek Trail. Well, I definitely do have a trail here. I saw a blaze from the river, and now I have more blazes. I'm gonna see where this sucker goes. Certainly not where I was this morning. Just when you thought you were going, you hit blowdown and meadow flats, which make it very hard to find the trail. I just had a blaze, so lost the trail again. These willows are such a pain. These swamp lands, they just screw with the trail, man. And that looks like a blaze, so here's the trail again. Yeah, really obvious. And then boom, it goes into this shit. Immediately not obvious. Well, there's another blaze. Okay, found it again for a little while, maybe. Calling this a trail is a bit of a stretch. Ooh, these are deep. Shit. So yeah, this is definitely the horse trail. Because this morning I was off in the forest to my left on a different trail. And this one's deep, like horses do. Now, with wet bushes this morning, I mean, I guess I was kind of screwed anyway, so. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So far, so good. This upper valley is manky. I knew that from this morning. So I just need to get through it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, I think I'm still on it. I just passed a big blaze tree. I'm trying my hardest not to lose it, no matter how treed it might get. I instinctively know that if I lose it, I'm probably not getting it back. So yeah, right now the trail is obvious through light forest. I can actually pick up a pace here. Probably not a fast pace because I'm fairly blown out. Well past the camp that's marked on my base map now. Trail is still infinitely better from whatever that piece of crap on the other side of the valley is. But yeah, I mean, here's a ribbon even. But how was I supposed to know? You just don't know. Like I was just saying to myself, I have followed horse trails before and gotten into major trouble doing that. So nobody told me. Okay, this is a little bit intense. This has smatterings of siffler. Holy cow. I don't know why, but the trail just choked right up here. I'm literally on it right now. That is some gnarly shit. Woo! Gilbert. This is gonna hurt. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what went on here. Wow. Ouch. Wowzers. Definitely on a bit of a mankier slope now again, but lots of flagging. I think that's the 8th one. I see the 9th one already. So that tells me right there, this is the trail you want to follow. But I can tell you one thing I didn't see on the other trail. I shouldn't even be calling that a trail. And that was flagging. Yep. Oh, this is, yeah, there's a lot of blow down here, but I think the other side was way worse. At least I can get through this for the most part. It's slow and it takes a lot of effort, but I can get through it. Wow, what a mess. Yeah, this is a bit of a nightmare. Just like the other side was. Must have been a major wind event or something here. Just took all these trees down. Oh. Well, I'll tell you, it almost took me down this morning. This is just brutal. The mountain slope here is a piece of shit. I really don't like terrain like this. It's swamp on the side of a mountain with extensive blowdown. And I mean extensive blowdown. Oh. Like what the hell? I was thinking I might actually do this trail again because it was so much better on this side, but no, it's pretty bad. This swamp section and blowdown is horrible. Yeah. Oh, I will not be sad when it's done. I gotta tell you, man, this is so, I mean, actually, this isn't actually that bad right here because there's no blowdown at least. But it's just endless swamp on the side of a mountain. See, mosquitoes are brutal. Thankfully, listening to spray. I'm really hoping I stumble on the trail soon. I'm actually on a trail, an animal trail. I just haven't seen any flagging or blazes. So a little break from the swamp. Oh man. Hey, at least I'm back on the trail. Got some blazes. That's like kilometers of just, oh yeah. I hope I'm getting close. I think I should be. After navigating the Mank, I'm now thinking both sides suck. This one only slightly less bad. But if I would have taken this side this morning, I would have wondered. Right? I would have been like, oh, I should have taken the hiking side. And then I would have taken it on return. And that would have been really bad. Like I said, somehow it manages to be even worse than this one. I must be coming up on the hiking deviation. But yeah, as you can see, the trail is definitely not maintained. It's maintained like crazy, and then really not. I mean, the hiking sign must be just over there. I don't know why my track didn't go to it, but anyway. Holy moly. Okay. Back on highway. 5K or so. Wow. Oh man. This feels good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Coming up on 32K. Yeah. Oh, I can feel it. It was not an easy 32K. The oddest thing of this whole maintained first 5 K is that it's really maintained, and then it's really not. Like, there's no halfway. There's no like fizzle. It's just 1 minute you're marching on a nice dry ridge on a perfectly good trail through a serene forest, and the next you're hopping 6 foot high deadfall in a swamp. And it doesn't go to a viewpoint or anything. It just stops. See, if you want to do Avens in a day, you got to do it between 7 in the morning and 11 at night. So I got 3 hours to spare. I was here at like 7:01.